Welcome back again, folks. Like I say, I got this Martin D42 up here on the block today. I'm going to do several things to it. First, well, I've got a Martin D28 right there. Actually got two of them in here for repair right now. But the one I'm working on right now, I was instructed to set the action on that guitar at 6/64 on the low E and 5/64 on the high E. I set it for 5/64 on the low E and 4/64 on the high E, and I set this one 6/64 on the high E and 5/64 on the low E. So if you're following what I'm saying, I got them reversed. I got screwed in my head some way. So I got to reset that guitar too, but I'm going to do this one first. Got to pop the saddle out. We need to drop the action 1/64. That means I got to take 2/64 away from the bottom of the saddle. I'm not going to put you through all of that again. I'll just sand it, mark it, sand it down, and then we'll have 5/64 on the low E at the 12th fret and 4/64 at the high E 12th fret, and that'll be done. Also, we are going to sand a little on this nut. Actually, I think I'm going to use a file on it, and file just a little bit off the top of it so more of the string is exposed. If you notice in the other video, someone mentioned it too. There's more string, the strings are setting down in the slots too far, so I'm just going to take a little off the top of the nut with a file, and then maybe some 1500 grit sandpaper and smooth it out so the string, more of it will be exposed. You want the string to set about half of the diameter of the string down into the slot. These are set way down in deeper than that, and that's the wound strings mainly is what that's supposed to do, not so much the unwound ones. Specifically 4th, 5th, and 6th strings. The rest of them, it's okay to set down there. We're going to take a little bit off of the top of the nut and expose a little bit more string, let it rest on top of the nut more instead of sunk down in there. Better sound in the long run. And lastly, like I said in the beginning, we're going to drill a hole in this puppy. We're going to put a strap button in it, so if you want to watch a beautiful guitar get reamed out, stay tuned. Right now, I'm going to do the saddle, and then I'll bring you guys back when I get ready to do the nut. I'm going to just might as well do that while I have all the strings loose and out of the way as I'm fixing my mistake on the saddle. So we are going to set this action at 5/64, as I said, on the bass low E string, 12th fret, 4/64 on high E string, 12th fret. And while I have the strings loose, like I say, I wanted to do the nut, and then we'll drill holes in it. Hold on. Alright, got the saddle the right height on the right guitar this time, finally. Now we know the nut action on this guitar is okay. Done set it, done checked it, it was okay. 16 thousandths up to 18 thousandths. The trouble is now, well, it's not really trouble, but it's something we don't like to see, is the see the strings. I took a lot off of this already. They were setting down in there a lot farther than this. Mainly concerned with these 3 strings, maybe the 3rd one a little bit. The unwound ones, it's okay for them to set down in there. These we like to see about half of the diameter of the string above the surface of the nut, okay? So what I'm doing here with this really big giant file, I don't have to tell you what the tape's for. Like I say, I've done took a bunch of it off. I'm just using my fingers as a guide, and I'm kind of rolling it up. I don't want to just sand the top of it flat. I'm kind of coming down here and giving it this number as I roll it up, like so, and try to keep it flat as possible. That's not cutting in very good. Let's try, yeah, this one I can feel it. Just kind of roll it up, see? I don't know how well you're seeing it. And then once I get it, you can see the file marks there. Once I get it about where I want it at, like I said, I'll take some 1500 grit sandpaper and smooth the file marks out where you can't see the file marks so much. Make it look a lot more like it did before I even started. But got a little ways to go yet, quite a ways actually. And I won't bore you too much with this. I just wanted to show you and keep from putting any unwanted scars in the guitar or the fretboard or headstock or anything like that. Let's do a quick check here. See where we are. See, I still got a ways to go, but it's looking better. And like I say, the little strings doesn't matter so much. I mean, you wouldn't have much of a nut left if you filed those out to do that, though I have seen people do it. Anyways, that's what's going on. I'm going to do that. I'll bring you back. I'll show you the saddle. I'm waiting on tusq blanks to arrive. I'm going to make a new tusq saddle for the guitar so the owner can swap them out and at will. So whoever will is, hold on. Figured I might as well show you a little bit of work with this file as well. This is the fret leveling file. I didn't realize I could kind of guide it with my fingers too, and actually a little faster work of this in the old mill file. Keep it nice and flat that way. You can see what's coming off. I think you can see that. Yeah, let's see where we are. I haven't checked it for a little while. Like I say, I'll take sandpaper and make that prettier. There, you can see we're getting there. See how the strings kind of sits on top of the, I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, maybe you can see that. Kind of sits on top of the, higher than the surface of the nut. That lets the strings ring out a little bit better. I'll just leave that in there where it was, or close to where it was. And, well, I better take the strings back. Well, very slow process, but makes a big difference in the sound, overall sound, if that string's not being muted down inside the nut because it sets in there too deep. Yeah, this is a lot better, faster than that old mill file was. There you can see how much we got off. I don't know if the camera's getting that or not. Oh. Anyways, that's what we're doing at the house. Never sleeps. By golly, she's got to go some more. I'm looking at it from this side, and you know, it's trying to keep it nice and even looking too. So you know, you don't want one side really high and the other side really low. And to keep it at a glance, keep it very even. So I'll continue this, and I'll bring you back. I'm ready to move on to drilling holes. We're going to drill holes in this guitar today. $8,000 guitar, and we're going to drill holes in it. Stay tuned for that. Well, a lot of time has passed, and I think I'm going to have to stop right here. I'd like to get that down a little bit more, but I can't do it, and I'll show you why. This 6th string, you see how it kind of comes in at an angle toward the peg? Of course, it's not tight, but when it gets tight, I'm a little worried about it. You know, if I don't leave enough slot there, it's going to start jumping out of the peg. If I go any more than that, that's what's going to happen. It's sticking up well above the surface of the nut, all three of those, even the 3rd string barely is. Then they start to kind of set down in a little bit. So I'm going to stop right there. I do have to kind of round these edges off the sharp. Be very careful in doing that. Same over here. Just knock the sharp sides off where I filed it. And I want to move the strings out of the way now and get some sandpaper on that. About a 1500 grit paper, and just kind of make the file marks go away. So that's where we are now. Let me show you here before we go. Give you a closer up. Maybe I can. Yeah, I think you can see how these strings are sticking up higher than the surface of the nut itself. That's what we were wanting. I hope you can see what I'm saying. The way this string is being pulled inward toward the peg, if I make it stick up out of there any farther to get these up higher, then on a string tension, I'm afraid it's going to pop right out of the peg. You know, especially when you're jarring down on it playing it. We don't want that to happen. So I'm going to stop there. I'll bring you back when we get ready to tune it up and set it up. Hold on. Always fun to polish your nuts. And I just got a piece of 1500 grit sandpaper here wrapped around an eraser, and just polishing out the fret marks, fret footprints. Kind of coming up at an angle, profiling it as we go. Well, I profiled it with the file itself. Put the that little gradual turn back into it, curve, or whatever you want to call it. And now, just polishing out the fret marks. I've got that upside down from the way I wanted it. There we go. Yeah, you can already see it starting to get shiny. I don't know if the camera's getting it or not, but believe me, it is. I gotta show you all this. This is one of the things you get when you pay this much for an acoustic guitar. Check this out. As long as the green light's burning, it's picking up cars up the street here coming, and excess of unwanted noise. So try to concentrate on this. It's too much damn racket. That's noted. Dead on, and here's the harmonic. Second string harmonic. Second string noted. Third harmonic. Might be a little bit flat. Third string noted. Register's a little bit flat. Fourth string harmonic, if you can hear it for all the damn traffic. There. Fourth string harmonic, noted. Fifth string harmonic. Fifth string noted. Sixth string harmonic. It's way low. All this damn noise in the background, it's the one that registers at all. Hold on. Now, because of so many changes, the saddle basically has always changed, but because I had the strings all loose and put them back on, neck relief can change. Action, we changed the action. We'll check that in a minute. Should have landed on exactly what we measured for. Took the saddle way down, a 1/16 of an inch to be exact. Just want to make sure this neck relief stayed on 12 thousandths. I'm going to note the 17th fret because the truss rod is like right there. That's about where it ends. So 17th fret, check 7 here. That just fits in there, and that's all. It's perfect. It stayed right on 12 thousandths. A lot of guitars, when you loosen all the strings, like I did to work on the nut, then the neck relief changes. Look at that. It's perfect. 12 thousandths neck relief. That's very good to see. Now, the thing that I screwed up before, set the wrong action on the wrong guitar. So let's see where we landed now. We'd like to see 5/64 on the bass E string, the low E. Get my old eyes tuned in here. And it is. It's 5/64 dead on the money. And we want to see 4/64, and it is perfect, man. It is perfect. Yes, sir. It gradually raises with each string, and it's 5/64, yeah, here on the low E. Hard to keep up all these numbers, especially when you're trying to do it in the middle of the road. Welcome to the house that never sleeps. Hold on, let me gather my thoughts here. Alright, we're going to punch holes in this puppy now. I'm going to drill it, baby. When I put a strap button on, I like to come back to this curve here where the neck, you're coming down the neck, okay? And then you start up this curve to the heel. Find the center of that curve, come down, and then move up or down until you're about the center of the top here, and the center of the guitar here, like right here in the top. Find the center of that. Come straight out till you're in the center, about the center of that curve. I've got it marked there. And the reason for the tape is just to kind of protect the finish a little bit. So bear with me. This is going to hurt. Take a deep breath and relax. It's going to hurt me a lot more than it is you. Here we go. Drilling holes in an $8,000 guitar, folks. Wow. Got a brand new 564 bit. And there we are. Wring him in and out a few times just to clean the hole out good. And there we go. I had my, where we at? This is my depth here. The same depth the screw is going to go into the wood, okay? Taped it off so I wouldn't drill any deeper than necessary. And let's peel the tape away now. And look at that. Didn't harm the finish whatsoever. Not one bit, man. Not a bit of damage to that finish. And now, I need a screwdriver that fits. This is very important. And we just want to screw this puppy right into our newly found hole. It's going in there tight, but that's good. And there you go. I'll get a close-up of it. It's good and tight. It don't twist or spin. You don't want it to spin on there. It'll wear out the felt, wear out your finish around there eventually. So you don't want you want a good snug fit, and it is. So hold on. So I went up from a 5/64 to a 3/32 inch bit and drilled that again. I always use 5/64 bit and it worked. I guess these screws on these new strap buttons are a little bit bigger. I could have measured it, I guess, but anyway, 3/32 drill bit worked perfect, and I got it in, and you can see it here where it's located at. I've seen people put them in the heel right here. Man, that's ridiculous. I know some new guitar builders. That does not get in your way. When you get down here playing, if you play down in here, that's where I always put them and see them. Hey, look at this action. It is down there now, man. Check that out. That action is, you're not going to get any lower than that. What else? Oh, I was going to show you the nut again. You can look at the nut, how the strings are sticking up out of the slots the way they should, or as much as I can. Like I say, I can't go any flatter on the top of that nut with that, you know, in fear of the 6th string popping out of the slot. We don't want that to happen. When the tusq saddles get here, it's going to be interesting. Stay tuned for that. We're going to compare a tusq saddle with this bone saddle that's in here now. I'm going to compensate it and put the radius in the new saddle, the tusq one, to match the board. The board, I don't know if I ever said or not, it's a 16-inch radius on this fretboard. That's what this saddle is, the bone saddle. It's in there now because I checked it. And after I got it the right height, I wrote the right where the low E string passes over the saddle. It's 278 thousandths thick, the entire saddle is, okay? At the high E string, right where the string passes over, 234 thousandths thick. And in the very center, the highest point, because of that radius, was 291,000 high. So when I get the tusq blanks, then I can just cut one out, make it that very size that I just told you. And I want to intonate it a little better than this, so I don't think you can get much better than that I showed you. Anyways, I'm going to intonate it as well as I can, and use these numbers here to get the exact height, so the action will stay at 5/64 on the bass E and 4/64 on the high E at the 12th fret. And that's about all I can think of right now. we have a winner for that carbon guitar. Just haven't got around to making the video. I'll make it as soon as I can. I don't know. I'll try to get it this week. I said I would, but running behind on everything. But we do have a winner, folks. So if you're a patron and you're in the carbon guitar contest, keep being a patron. And we have a winner. And I'm going to announce the winner and the winning numbers and all that in a different video. It's coming. Also getting many questions on a lot of things I've already covered in videos. So I would very much urge you guys that have questions about setting your guitar up or doing things to it to search your problems. Go to my channel page and search it. I probably have a video of that very thing already up. Someone said they'd like to see an entire fret job from leveling to finishing. And I gave him a couple links to a couple of different playlists of that. But it's probably all there. I've already got videos putting strap buttons in. Now I'm going to have another one of it. But I would very highly encourage you to recommend you to check my older videos out for things that your needs, so to speak. Also want to say a great big thank you to Steve Monroe. Steve, you know who you are and you know what for. Thanks a bunch, buddy. Wow, man, you make big waves in the water. Thank you so much. It's very much appreciated. Steve Monroe, you know who you are and you know why. Thanks, man. It'll be put to good use. Guaranteed. Tools is what's going to be put to. More tools. You've got to have more tools. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks. You'll see this guitar again and hear it when the tusq saddles arrive. Maybe not on that video. I'll probably maybe I'll make a video just making the saddle and install it and getting everything right. And yes, I know that the neck relief and action and all this should be checked in playing condition and on the final playing position, rather. On the final setup, I'll do all of that. Right now, we're just dialing it in, getting it very, very, very close. And it is. It's dead on the money. I'm sure if you turned it up in playing position, everything would still be just the same. But I'll do it to make some people happy. And thanks for watching. Drilling holes in an $8,000 guitar. Wow, that stings a little bit. I'll have to go get medicated on that one. Woo! Cheers. See you again, Sal. Say, I love you. I love you. What? I love you.